Welcome everybody. My name is Lee. We'll be doing a 45-minute session today, all levels, full body. And then for today's class, if you have a block at home, feel free to grab it or a book. Other than that, we can get started. So coming down to our mats, crossing the legs, bringing the hands down to the knees, and closing the eyes here. We'll all take a deep breath in as we inhale, and slowly exhale out through the mouth. Just taking a few minutes here, beginning of class, to start to arrive, start to settle, start to release the day away. So doing this by just bringing our awareness to the breath as we breathe, connecting with ourselves here, allowing the air to flow in and out, nice and easy, at its own pace. Good, so just mentally, mindfully noting where the air is rising and falling. As we breathe, not trying to change anything, but just noticing the natural occurrence within. Good. Next, just bringing our awareness to any sounds or smells from within the room or outside. And just noting these as well, allowing them to come, to enter the practice without resistance or effort or overthinking, just allowing them to be, inviting them to be, to share the space, to enter the practice, and just to float by. Good. Next, bringing our awareness deeper within the body, coming back. As we scan throughout, just seeing how we're doing this very moment, what's going on inside, any areas of tension or discomfort or openness, of softness. Just noting these again and moving down as we scan the body evenly, bringing our awareness towards the floor. So going piece by piece, nice and slow, letting our awareness drop in, drop down, and finally just feeling the sit bones, the ground underneath us, points of contact where the body weight meets the ground. Good, really feeling ourselves as we release, exhaling, feeling the ground beneath. Next inhale, we'll slowly bring the arms up, lifting the hands, breathing up tall, good. And then exhaling, hands come down before your heart center. Pausing here in Namaste, allowing ourselves to set an intention for today's class if you'd like. Anything that easily comes to mind here, big or small, or maybe just reminding yourself why you came to your mat today. Good, allowing this to sink in. We'll slowly bring the hands down towards the knees. As we drop the head forward, rolling over towards the right. Pausing here to the side, take a breath, and then moving slowly over to the opposite. Letting the head roll to the side, moving at your own pace, keeping the chest lifted, shoulders dropped. Continue this a few rounds, back and forth, letting the head sway, and maybe pausing on any areas that are tight. Good. After your next round, coming back to center, pausing over, dropping the right ear down. We're going to slowly inhale, bring the right arm up, softly place it on the side of the head. As the left hand comes on top of the shoulder, start to make rounded movements with the elbow moving back. Good. Breathe into the shoulder blade. Try to squeeze the elbow down. As we rotate, trying to expand the chest here. Switch rotation, elbow moves forward. Keeping the neck soft, light touch on the top hand. Not pushing or pulling, but just letting the ear drop to the side. Good. After the next round, slowly bring the hands down. And then moving to the other side, rolling the head towards the left. Inhale, left arm comes up. Softly place it on the side of the head. Right arm comes on top of the shoulder. Start to make rounded movements. Elbow presses back. Keep the neck soft. Spine is still long, extending towards the sky. And breathing into the shoulder blade here. Good. Reverse rotation. Elbow moves forward. Remembering to breathe. Nice deep breaths into the chest. Good. Back to center. Hands come down. As we lift the arms up, breathe in, expand the hands towards the sky. Good. Exhale, we're going to open up to a cactus as we drop the elbows back, just looking up, squeeze through, lift the chest. And then back to center, inhale. Arms come down, interlacing the fingers. And then just start to make rounded movements with the wrists. Going to the sides, figure eights, nice and loose. Good. Rotating around. Feel all the little kinks in the wrist and the fingers and the hands. And then slowly we'll bring the hands down towards the ground for tabletop. So stacking the shoulders above the hands, hips above the knees. Stabilize the spine by staying nice and long, core tucked in. We'll start to move into your cow. As you lift the tailbone, press through the fingers, lift the chest and gaze, look up, and fill the chest here. Exhale, move down towards your cat. As you drop the head, roll down the spine, letting the tailbone follow, press through the ground. Back and forth, inhale towards your cow. Press through, feel the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. As you exhale back to your cat, squeeze the air out, belly button to your spine. Adding in another round here. Inhale, press through. And then exhale, drop down. Next, inhale, start to make rounded movements, being mindful of the knees, but just rolling from side to side, stretching out the body, the legs, anything that feels good. Breathing through, maybe closing the eyes here. Good. If you went one way, remember to go the opposite. Nice slow movements. Breathing it through. Good. Back to center. Stabilizing by coming to your tabletop. From here, we're going to lift the toes, tuck them under, bring the knees off the mat, and press back for your downward dog as you press into the hands, moving from side to side, walking the dog out here, bending into the legs. So stretching through the calves, the ankles, the toes, anything that feels good, waking the bottom up, bottom half up. Move back and forth. Remember to breathe. Good. Just feeling the body, what it's calling for. Next inhale, start to find stillness in your downward dog, trying to bring the heels down, extending the legs back, opening up the backs of the knees. Next inhale, we'll lift the heels high, tailbone comes up. Try to reach tall. As you exhale, drop the heels down, keep the tailbone lifted, melt the chest down. Inhale, bring the heels high again. Exhale, this time drop them over towards the left side. Stretching out the calves, try to keep the hands pressed evenly. And then back to center, inhale. Exhale, drop the heels over to the other side. Again, press through the hands. Back to center, give the knees a micro bend, walk them towards the middle of the mat. Hands come back to meet it. As you bend the knees, keeping them slightly bent, start to rock side to side, stroking the ground with the fingers. Keeping the head, shoulders heavy, release the upper body forward. Good. Finding the space, breathe through the legs, the lower back. Every exhale, bringing you more and more forward. From center, grabbing the elbows, help the elbows pull you down a bit deeper. And then again, continuing this way. Right to left, back and forth, side to side. Good. When you're ready, start to release the hands, the elbows from the center. Shaking out the head, give yourself a left to right no. Being stern. And then up and down, giving yourself a yes. Being open, nice and loose. And then finally, just shaking out the shoulders, shake out the arms, shake out the upper body, maybe shake out the tailbone as you give yourself a few wiggles, releasing yourself through. Good. Anything not serving you, try to get it away. Good. Next inhale, bending the knees, start to slowly roll up to your standing as you come up as slow as you can. Head, hands hanging, stacking the spine, the shoulders, the neck, and last the head. From the top of your mat, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, bending the elbows, grab a hold of each side. As you exhale, bend over towards the right. Back to center, inhale, exhale over towards the opposite side. And then back to center, bring the arms up, exhale, open up again for a cactus. Lift the chest, the gaze, squeeze the elbows back, try to keep the ribs in. Good, back to center, inhale. Exhale, hands come down towards your namaste, and then hands down by your side, Tadasana. Good, slightly, should be loose and warm now, at least a little bit more open. We'll come to the front of our mat, setting up for Surya Namaskar A. So mountain pose, press down on all four corners of the feet, feet either together or underneath the hips. We're going to inhale as we bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, coming down with the flat back, swan diving, landing. As you inhale, half lift. Trying to extend the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, fold back down. Bending the knees, step the left foot back, runner's lunge, engaging that heel. And then right foot comes back to meet it for your plank. Keeping the hips parallel with the body, core is engaged, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, slowly drop the knees down. Lowering yourself for Chaturanga. Bend the elbows by your side, chest and chin slightly touch the floor. As you inhale, press through for your cobra, point the toes back. Keep the elbows close to your side and butt is relaxed. As you exhale, press into the hands. Push yourself back into a child's pose, taking a breath here. And the next inhale, tucking the toes under, press back, downward dog. We'll take 2 breaths here as we settle into the stance, checking with your alignment, hands with the shoulders, feet with the hips. Next breath in as you press into the hands, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, drop the heels down, engaging the backs of the legs, opening up the knees, inner thighs, nice and strong. Next, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, use the core, bring the left knee into the chest, and then step walk it through in between the hands, coming up as high as you can. Right foot comes up to meet it, forward bending. As you inhale, half lift, chest rises, exhale, land down, forward bend. Trying to press the weight forward, keeping the hips stacked. Next, inhale, reverse swan, stand it through, squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes, arms come up through the sides. And then exhale, hands down to namaste, and then down by your side, Tadasana. Good, adding in a second round, slightly faster. We'll inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, runner's lunge. Left foot back, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Either drop the knees or come down completely. Keep the elbows by your side as you bend. Inhale to your cobra. Walk your hands down through your rib cage. Press through upward dog. Exhale, roll through the toes. Press back, downward dog. And then taking 2 breaths here. Nice and slow, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, try to melt the chest down. Externally rotating the triceps back, giving yourself nice open space for the shoulders, for the neck. Good. Next inhale, breathing in. Exhale, release. Next inhale, lifts the heels, bends the knees, and then use the core to bring the right knee into the chest, step it through towards the top. Left foot comes to meet it. As you inhale, half lifts. Exhale, forward bend. Again, stand it through, reverse swan, arms rise. Exhale, hands down, namaste. Hands come down by your side, Tadasana. And taking a breath here in mountain pose. Setting up for Surya Namaskar B, we'll inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, roll them down the spine. Placing them down, keep the core tucked in, ribs in, and tailbone tucked under. Next, inhale, brings the arms up. Exhale, sit back for your chair. As you sit deep, tuck the tailbone under. Arms stay parallel with the ears, trying to bring them back. As you exhale, come down, rolling through, forward bend. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back, runner's lunge. Then right foot comes back to meet it, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. As you inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here, settling in. Exhale, release. Next, inhale, lifts the right foot for 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest, step it through. From here, plant the left hand. Inhale, right arm lifts, opening up for a nice, easy twist. Maybe expanding, dropping the hand down to the side. Trying to follow the gaze. Nice big heart. Inhale, rising back up. Exhale, drop the hand down. And then from here, plant the back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Coming straight through, bending the front knee, and pressing against the left side, outside of the left foot. Good. Square the hips and the shoulders forward. As you bend a little bit deeper, engage the legs. And then from here, we're going to open up the hands, expand the chest, give a nice big back bend here. And then exhaling, hands come back up, placing the hands down to the ground, step the right foot back, downward dog. Inhaling, settling. Exhale, release. And then moving to the other side. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest. Step it through in between the hands. Place the right hand down underneath the shoulder. Left arm lifts. Easy twist. Feel a string pulling you to the sky. As you open up the twist, maybe drop the hand towards the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, circle down. Drop the back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Again, square the shoulders, the hips forward, bend the front knee, pressing against the outside of the right foot. You keep the ribs in. Start to inhale, add the back bend. Gaze up, lift the chest, drop the hands. And then exhale, hands come back up, circle down to the ground. Step the left foot back, downward dog. Taking 3 breaths here this time, inhaling. Exhale out. Next 2, breathing in. Exhale, engaging the legs, press back through the knees. Last one, breathe in. Engaging the core, keeping the ribs tight. Exhale, release. The next inhale lifts the heels, bends the knees, use the core, step, walk, or hop through towards your hands. Landing nice and softly. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward bend. From here, sweeping the ground, sit back for your chair, arms lifting towards the sky. Again, pressing back, keep the ribs in, and then start to stand it through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands, namaste, and then down by your sides, Tadasana. Good, second round of B, adding on. We're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, sit back chair. Fold forward, coming down. As you inhale, half lift. Exhale, press the hands through, step, walk, or hop back to plank, hopping back, land and bent elbows. Press forward, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here, settling. Exhale out. Moving to the 3-legged dog. Inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest, step it through. Left hand plants, right arm lifts. And this time, using the core, start to bring the hands up, floating through for a nice twist. Left hand starts to flip as you bring it back. So keeping the legs engaged, try to press through the back heel. Start to inhale, rise back up. Both hands lifting. We're gonna open up to warrior two on the left side. So front knee is still bent, back toes are facing the left side. Relax the shoulders down. Good. And then we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. Straighten the front leg, nice and strong. Good. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, rise. 2 more times like this. And then exhale, drop down in your warrior two. Good. Last one. Breathe in. Come to the top. Squeeze the legs and the core. This time, hands come down. Namaste. We're going to squat over towards the left side as we bring the top toes up. Press through, side squat. Maybe left elbow presses against the inner thigh. Good. Opening up the hands, adding in a bind here if you'd like. You can start to press the arms out, externally rotating the palms, coming back behind you, grabbing a hold of the hands, and pressing through the thighs still. Gaze comes up. Good. Nice big chest. Start to release the arms as we bring the hands through. Exhale, hands back to Namaste. Using the core, come back up, meet to the center, drop down into your last warrior two on this side, and then circling the hands down to the ground. Step the right foot back, and taking a breath here in your downward dog. Good. Next, inhale, moving to the other side, left foot lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, step, walk it through towards the front. Plant the right hand down, left arm lifts, string pulling you up. And this time, core engaged, start to float the arms up, coming into a nice deep twist. Flip the front hand, flip the twist back. As you keep the front knee still bent, engage that back heel so the legs stay strong. Good. Start to inhale, rise back up, arms lifting. And then again, opening up as you exhale, warrior two towards the right side. Good. From here, front knee is still bent, nice and deep, staying stacked above the ankle. Back toes, back side of the foot, parallel with the back mat. From here, inhale, start to lift the arms up, squeeze the legs. Exhale, land back for your warrior two. Release the shoulders down, nice and soft. Two more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Last one. Bring yourself up. Squeeze the legs, the core. Bring it in. And then exhale, hands, namaste. Drop over towards the right side. Front toes lift. Press that right elbow against the inside thigh. Start to open up the arms. And then if you bind it on the other side, start to externally rotate. Bring the hands behind you. Clapping the fingers together, gaze up as you still open up that hip. Keep the chest open. And then slowly release. Exhaling, hands come back out. Namaste. Then back to center. Use the core, drop down, warrior two, last one on this side. And then circling the hands down to the ground. Left foot steps back, downward dog. And taking 3 more breaths here. Settling in, checking with the stance. Next 2, breathe in. Exhale out. Last one, nice and slow. Breathe in. Exhale out. Next inhale brings the heels high. Exhale, bending the knees. Step, walk, hop through towards your hands. Landing softly. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward bend. Sweep the ground, sit back for your chair. Bring the arms up. And this time we're going to exhale, bring the hands to namaste. We're going to twist over towards the right side, dropping the elbow to the side of the knee, making sure knees stay parallel. Good. Hands come into the center of the chest, gazing behind us for a nice twist. Staying here, inhaling. Exhale, maybe come a little bit lower with the bum. Inhale, release, arms come to the center, up to the sky. Exhale, bend over towards the right side. Drop the elbow down, press against the thighs. Looking behind us, knees stay parallel. Good, back to center. Inhale, arms rising. Exhale, one more twist to the side, coming towards the left. Drop the elbow, hands to the center. And this time using the core, start to lift the right heel up. Maybe step it back, going all the way through, finding the ground. Coming into a nice deep twist. Good, gaze behind us. Using the core again, start to walk the foot back towards the front. Landing softly, arms come back up, inhale. Exhale, other side. Dropping over towards the right. Once you find your balance, start to lift the left heel up and then step it back as far as you can. Controlled movement finds the ground. Looking behind us, using the core. Good, engaging that back heel. Front knee is nice and bent 90 degrees. And then start to come back up. Press forward, lift the left foot through. And then inhale, arms lifting. Stand it up all the way, squeeze the legs. Then exhale, hands come down to heart center. Hands down by the sides. Start to take a deep breath in as you roll the shoulders up the ears. Exhale down towards the ground. Good. Coming into one balancing pose before moving to the ground. We're going to, again, set up for mountain pose. Feet underneath the hips are touching. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Good. Start to bend the left knee up. Coming through, reaching for the inside of the ankle, stacking the knees together. Moving into dancer's pose, we can start to lift the right arm up. Exhale, come forward. Focusing on a spot that's not moving. Start to kick into the back hand as you lift the foot high. Hand into foot, foot into hand, press through. And then slowly, when you're ready, start to come back out. Good, controlled movement. Brings the hands together, knee comes up. And then exhale, back down to the side. Good, shake out that left leg. Shake out the arms. And then moving to the other side as a demo from the side. Again, finding your balance. Feet underneath the hips or together. Spread the toes. Arms come up, namaste. Landing down. And then controlled movement brings the right knee up. Start to stack the knees so that they stay parallel. And then reaching back with the right arm, grab the inside of the foot. Inhale, opposite arm comes up. So you have a nice strong stance of the ankle. Start to press forward. Exhaling, focus on a spot that's not moving. Try to keep the hips squared so leg stays parallel, moving back. As you kick into the hand, press into the foot. Take a breath here, maybe kick a little bit higher. And then slowly come back to center. Coming back, landing down. Controlled movement brings the foot, the knee out. Start to shake out the other leg. Good. And then we'll make it to the mat as we spread the feet nice and wide stance. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down, coming through for a Malasana Yogi squat. Moving from side to side, press through. As we bring the hands, the feet point forward, looking behind us, making sure there's space to roll down. Giving our backs a massage, press back and forth here. Nice and slow, up and down the spine. Good. As you land down, start to drop the spine down. Start to bring the feet up, and then coming here for a nice passive inversion, or using a block if you have one nearby. Just placing it underneath the lower spine, the tailbone. So depending on the height, the stacking of the block can either be long ways or shorter, but just making sure if you're on a higher level that it's staying like a nice cross underneath the tailbone. So making sure you're stable, you can start to bring one leg up at a time, bring up the other. And as long as you're not moving, you can start to bring both legs up. And if you're still in a passive inversion, or if you don't have a block at home, you can still just stay where you are with the legs up, even against the wall or up in the air, just staying here for a couple of breaths. And then if you have a block, if you're using any kind of leverage at home, you can start to maybe bring the legs down, coming into a nice passive back bend. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release down to the ground. We'll just take a few breaths here. Nice and slow. Good. Starting to expand, extend the breath. Allowing ourselves to drop down. And if you're in a higher setting with the block, start to move it down to a medium block or a lower side so that you're not jumping straight out of it, but instead, step by step coming up. So when you're ready, making it through to the floor, either moving the block or just coming down all the way as we place the blocks to the side. Tailbone legs come through. From here, we're going to press into the elbows, coming through for fish pose. So first, keeping the toes, the legs together, lifting ourselves onto the elbows, lift the chest, breathe in. As we exhale, drop the head down, trying to find the floor with the top of our head. So we walk the elbows down towards our feet until the head meets the ground. Nice and slow here, finding our way. Unless you have a clip like me, you'll move it to the side. And try to relax the neck and shoulders. Keep the chest lifted for your upper back bend. Breathe in, softening the neck, the shoulders, and expanding, opening up the heart here. Good. Next, exhale, slowly start to straighten the upper body down. As you lower yourself through, start to bring the knees into the chest and rolling from side to side, releasing the lower back. Good. Next, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, coming in to thread the needle, legs figure four shape. Using the hands, grab the back of the left thigh into the chest. As you engage the feet, press into the heels so that your toes point back towards yourself. Using a nice deep stretch, you can use the right elbow, press out with the right thigh as you keep the left knee nice and close. Take a few breaths here, breathing into the hip, into the body, and letting the upper body become heavy. Good. Maybe rocking from side to side if you'd like, finding the space. Adding in some more deep stretches, some deep breaths here. And then back to center, switching to the other side. Left ankle above the right thigh. Engage the heels. Use the hands, grab the back of the right thigh into the chest. Press the left thigh out. Breathe into the hip. Maybe rock side to side. Keep the upper body relaxed, nice and heavy as you find the space within the legs. Good. As the legs come back to center, start to cross the left leg completely over the right. Knees come close to the chest, and then slowly just leading the legs over and out towards the right side, dropping them to the floor. Left arm comes out as you stretch the arm, palm facing to the sky, either T-shaped or coming into a cactus 90 degrees with the elbow. But trying to press that left shoulder down. Landing here in your twist. Inhale into the spine, lengthening. And exhale, trying to turn the cheek further and further down towards the ground. Good. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Releasing yourself through, feeling a nice twist from the shoulders, releasing down the spine towards the legs, towards the hips, becoming heavy as the knees drop down. Good, another breath here. As you come back to center, inhale, knees come in, stack the knees, legs the other way. And then again, first bringing them into the chest, then leading them down to the left. Right arm extends, press through, opening up the chest as you drop that right shoulder down. Closing the eyes here, you can use the left hand as a light weight on top of the thighs, just making sure to avoid the knees. Breathe into the spine. As you exhale, turn the cheek down. Giving yourself a nice surrender into the twist. Becoming nice and heavy. Weight in the shoulder, contact with the ground. As the twist naturally falls down from the spine, through the hips to the knees. Last breath here, surrendering, releasing. And then slowly back to center. Knees come in, start to hug them into the chest. And then just giving ourselves a big hug here, lifting the head. Thank our bodies for moving, for breathing, for stretching. And then exhale, roll down to your Shavasana. So either bringing the legs out towards the side, maybe feet together, knees out, and arms off, palms facing up, or hands gently on the chest and belly. Taking a breath here, inhaling, exhale, release, and we'll end the practice with a few breaths. Just pausing, allowing ourselves to rest, to feel the stillness, to feel the benefits of everything we did, appreciating the time that we spent, and any changes or differences within the body, whether good or bad, but just noticing here and now. Staying in our Shavasana, the present moment, for a few breaths longer. Good. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer at home, feel free. But starting to move out with me, we'll start to deepen the breath again. Start to wiggle the fingers, mindfully noticing the small movements, maybe the wrists, the hands, the feet, the ankles. The next inhale brings the arms up and over, extending towards your back wall. Stretch the legs down, getting as long as you can. Reach nice and tall. Exhale, rolling over to your favorite side. Make a pillow with that arm. And the next exhale will softly press yourself up to a seated position, crossing the legs, keeping the eyes closed, but facing the front of the room, your mat, your screen, making sure you're sitting nice and tall. Closing the practice like we started, we'll inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, hands come down before your heart center. Here, just reminding yourselves of our intention, how it resonates with us now, and whether we'd like to take it into the rest of our day with us. We'll bow the heads. Thank you all for flowing with me. May we all be well, safe, and happy. Namaste.